Greetings, Gman faithful. This is your Commander-in-Chief, Gman, welcoming you to another segment of Gman Live, weekly movie segments. And today we will be reviewing the movie of Steve Jobs. It's like, I don't know what, the third, fourth, who the hell knows how many movies they make of Steve Jobs. But Steve Jobs is another Steve Jobs movie. I think Ashton Kutcher played him a little while back, and now we got another one. This one... this one was written and directed better than the last one. Plus, much better actors. You got Kate Winslet playing like his, like top girl. You got the chick from Inherent Vice is in this. She plays his ex-wife his ex-wife. And then Michael Fassbender, best known as Magneto from the newest series of X-Men, from X-Men Days of Future Past. And First Class. He's also in a great movie called Shame. He's just an amazing actor. So Seth Rogen, he just plays like the fat, annoying, guy that he always plays in his movies. I mean, sometimes he's funny, but he's just that, same thing. Seth Rogen just plays the same role in every movie that he's ever in. So don't expect anything crazy out of Seth Rogen. However, Michael Fassbender is the goods, all right? And so you expect nothing less than the goods from Michael Fassbender. And that's exactly what you get. Now, he plays Steve Jobs. And the story actually doesn't... Now, the only thing I was upset about is when you think of Apple, you think of Steve Jobs, the first thing that really comes to most people's minds is the iPhone, and they never really go into that. And that kind of bothers me because this movie takes place from 1984 to about 1998. Now that's prior to when the iPhone came out. All they're really showing you is his beginning with Macintosh, the failure of Macintosh, and then how Apple kind of goes downhill. He gets fired in 88, and then the whole Apple company just goes down, loses market share. You see that a lot, and then he comes back, and then he resurgence, and then you see the iMac, and then that's kind of where it ends. Now, they never really talk about the iPhone, but what they do is have a lot of really interesting, it's a lot of dialogue discussions. That's a lot what you have. It's a lot of character interaction, and it's not like, they're advancing this amazing plot. It's like this interesting plot because it's the story of his life, but it's really just about him talking with his ex, talking with Kate Winslet, and talking with his daughter behind stage. Every time they're about to introduce a new product. And you never really see him on stage in the front, kind of talking to the audience. Everything is behind the stages and what's going on behind the stage. So that's kind of, that's like the premise of this movie, Steve Jobs, is that they're really just trying to show you what he was like as someone that you would be interacting with, because you almost felt like you were involved in this little interaction. He has interactions with Rogen. He has interactions with Kate Winslet, with his daughter, with the ex-wife, with other coworkers. But it's always behind the scenes. So you feel like you're behind the scenes. You never feel like you're waiting for the next product to come out on that side of the stage. So it's somewhat of a informational story about what life was like behind the scenes, and what Steve Jobs was like, the guy behind the curtain, not the guy in front of the curtain. So, this one, is not bad. Now, in all honesty, they should have gone into the iPhone, because leaving the iPhone out was a bad idea. They should have gone into the iPhone and discussed what happened from basically 2000, 2001, all the way through until 2010. I think he passes away in 2011. They had a lot of material they could have gone into, and they left that out. That, I think, for that reason alone, this one is a matinee. Because when you think of Steve Jobs, you get the idea, you understand what they're talking about. He's the guy who comes up with the ideas, and then he passes those ideas off to guys like Wozniak and the other guys, and they're the ones that formulate and make his ideas come to life. So, the iPhone was his baby, and that's the one that should have been talked about. But it wasn't. It wasn't discussed. You don't even hear about it. You don't even hear about iPads, and you don't hear about nothing. It's just the iMac, done. So, that will wrap up this discussion of Steve Jobs. This one is a rental. This one is a matinee. And if there's anything that you want to know, put it in the comments below. And if you would like to see some more videos, just click right here, and I will be happy to provide you with more content. And if you have anything that you want to say, I will respond as well. Click right there to subscribe, and also click right down there to put your comments in. Otherwise, enjoy using your Apple phones, your iPhones, and your iMacs. Peace. Pow.